Imagine walking into a room filled with chaos, tension, or uncertainty. Everyone is looking for answers, seeking direction, and scrambling for control. Now picture yourself in the center of it all, not frazzled, not frantic, but calm, steadfast, and unshaken. Your presence alone holds the power to turn the tide. The air becomes quieter, the energy steadier, and people begin to settle not because you've spoken a word, but because you've shown them what true composure looks like. In times of pressure, when others might lose their cool, you stand firm, not because you are impervious to stress, but because you've mastered the art of remaining grounded. It's in those moments that your calmness becomes not just a shield, but a weapon of force that commands respect, drives clarity, and inspires those around you to follow suit. Today, we're diving into what it means to be so calm that your presence alone makes others nervous. It's not about avoiding conflict or escaping from challenges. It's about mastering your emotions, understanding your power, and leading with quiet strength. So let's explore how we can tap into this immense power within and navigate life with a calm that truly transforms everything around us. Calmness is a state of being that is cultivated from within, and it is a reflection of a person's ability to master their emotions. In the world we live in, where chaos, noise, and external pressures are constant, it can be easy to get swept away by the turbulence of everyday life. However, when a person is truly calm, it signifies something deeper than just a lack of visible reaction. It reflects a strong inner peace that comes from emotional mastery and the ability to navigate life without being easily rattled. True calmness is a choice, a decision to not let the chaos of the world affect your internal state. This calmness isn't about being passive or indifferent, but rather about having the power to choose how to react to any given situation. In life, the external world will continue to be unpredictable, and people will always try to provoke reactions, whether consciously or unconsciously. In moments of pressure, those who lack calmness can often be seen losing control, reacting impulsively, and giving into their emotions. On the other hand, someone who has mastered inner peace understands that reactions, especially hasty ones, rarely serve any long-term purpose. Instead of reacting based on emotions, they respond thoughtfully, with intention, which sets them apart. The ability to choose calmness means that you have reached a place where your mind and emotions are not governed by external influences. You can walk into any storm and remain grounded. It is often said that calmness is a form of strength, and it is true. It is easy to become agitated, to react with anger or frustration, to allow external events to disturb your internal peace. But real strength lies in the ability to maintain composure when everything around you is falling apart. It requires a tremendous amount of self-awareness and emotional intelligence to recognize that your feelings are yours to control. This kind of self-regulation doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather understanding them without letting them dictate your behavior. When you know how to maintain your composure under pressure, you are no longer a victim of your circumstances. Instead, you become someone who shapes how things unfold. People who possess this inner calm create a sense of stability for themselves and those around them. Furthermore, true calmness comes from knowing yourself deeply. When you are clear on your values, beliefs, and priorities, you are less likely to be swayed by external factors. This self-awareness gives you the confidence to remain calm because you no longer feel the need to seek validation or approval from others. You trust your judgment and have the confidence to make decisions without second-guessing yourself. In a world where it's easy to get lost in the noise, a calm person stands firm in their authenticity, unaffected by the distractions of the world. This quiet assurance is what often makes people nervous. They don't know how to react to someone who isn't looking for external validation or seeking to conform to the norms of the world. Mastering calmness also means that you develop the capacity to let go of things that you cannot control. In life, there are countless circumstances that are beyond your control, but your emotional response to those situations is always within your power. Accepting that not everything is yours to control can help you detach from the desire to constantly manage every aspect of your life. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means being intentional about where you focus your energy. The more you learn to release the need for control over things you can't change, the more serene and steady you become. This is why people who are calm in the face of adversity often have a magnetic quality to them. Their ability to accept what they can't control and focus on what they can gives them an aura of peace that others find admirable. Calmness also serves as a buffer against stress. When you are calm, you allow yourself the time and space to process situations logically without rushing to decisions based on panic or emotional upheaval. This approach to life ensures that you make better decisions, ones that are not clouded by fear, stress, or irrationality. This is why calm people often appear unshakable to others, because they are not governed by their immediate reactions, but instead operate from a place of thoughtfulness and reflection. In sum, the power of inner peace lies not in retreating from the world, but in choosing how you interact with it. When you are truly calm, you don't simply weather the storm, you are the calm in the storm. You are able to face challenges with clarity and poise, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to stay grounded. This is what makes calmness so powerful. It comes from a deep place of self-assurance and emotional mastery that others often find unsettling. It is this rare quality of composure that creates the space for true leadership and influence, one that radiates not through loud actions or forceful words, but through steady presence and quiet strength. Unshakable confidence is the cornerstone of true calmness. It is not the type of confidence that comes from boasting or proving yourself to others, but a deep-rooted assurance that you are capable and secure in who you are, regardless of external circumstances. Confidence like this is a quiet force, the kind that is built over time through self-reflection, growth, and understanding your own worth. When you are confident in your abilities and self-worth, you no longer feel the need to seek validation from others. You carry yourself in a way that reflects your inner strength, and this quiet confidence exudes an energy that others cannot help but notice. The first element of unshakable confidence lies in the ability to trust yourself. Trust is fundamental to confidence, and it is built over time by consistently making decisions that align with your values, goals, and integrity. When you trust yourself, you no longer feel the need to second guess or overthink every choice you make. You become more decisive because you understand that you are capable of handling the outcomes of your decisions, whether positive or negative. This trust in yourself allows you to act with conviction even when the path forward is unclear. You don't need external approval to feel confident because you have already validated your own capabilities and worth. A key aspect of unshakable confidence is the ability to remain unperturbed by the opinions of others. In a world that is constantly filled with noise and judgment, it can be tempting to seek approval or validation from those around us. However, when you possess true confidence, you no longer allow the opinions of others to dictate how you feel about yourself. You understand that everyone's perspective is shaped by their own experiences, biases, and insecurities. As a result, you become less sensitive to criticism and rejection. Instead of allowing negative opinions to affect your sense of self-worth, you view them as reflections of the other person's beliefs, not your own. This detachment from others' judgments is liberating because it means that your sense of self is no longer contingent on how others perceive you. True confidence also comes from an understanding of your own strengths and weaknesses. When you know what you excel at and what areas require growth, you are more comfortable with who you are. You don't need to pretend to be something you're not because you are already secure in your authentic self. A confident person does not feel the need to hide their flaws or put on a facade. Instead, they embrace both their strengths and weaknesses as part of what makes them unique. They recognize that growth is a continuous process, and they are comfortable with the idea that they are constantly evolving. This acceptance of yourself, imperfections and all, contributes to the unshakable confidence that others find magnetic. When you have unshakable confidence, you also learn to handle challenges and setbacks with resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and setbacks are inevitable. However, a confident person doesn't let failure define them. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of their worth, they view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. They approach challenges with the mindset that they have the tools to overcome them, even if the journey is difficult. This confidence in their ability to handle adversity gives them the strength to remain calm when things go wrong. Rather than panicking or becoming overwhelmed, they maintain their composure and focus on finding solutions. Their ability to stay centered in the face of difficulty is a key characteristic that others find intimidating. Unshakable confidence also comes from being in tune with your purpose. When you are clear on what you stand for and what you want to achieve in life, you are less likely to be distracted by the opinions or actions of others. Your purpose gives you a sense of direction and meaning, and this clarity provides you with the confidence to pursue your goals with determination. You are no longer swayed by the opinions of others or the fear of failure because you know that your journey is aligned with your greater purpose. This clarity of vision gives you the courage to take risks, make bold decisions, and face challenges with confidence because you are grounded in the knowledge that your actions are guided by a higher sense of meaning. The combination of self-trust, detachment from external validation, self-awareness, resilience, and purpose creates the foundation for unshakable confidence. When you possess this type of confidence, you walk through life with a quiet assurance that is felt by others. Even if they can't always put their finger on it, your presence becomes magnetic because people are drawn to your authenticity and strength. This type of confidence doesn't require you to speak loudly or make a big show of your abilities. Instead, it is reflected in your actions, your demeanor, and your ability to stay calm and composed in any situation. People become nervous in the presence of someone with unshakable confidence because they are not used to encountering someone who is so secure in themselves and unaffected by the chaos around them. It is this steady, unwavering confidence that often intimidates others as they are unsure how to respond to someone who is so grounded in their own power. Being grounded means that you are firmly anchored in the present moment, and it allows you to maintain your sense of self and stability regardless of the circumstances around you. Grounding yourself in the present is one of the most powerful tools for achieving calmness, as it helps to eliminate distractions. reduce anxiety, and keep your mind clear. The practice of being grounded involves fully immersing yourself in what is happening right now without being overwhelmed by past experiences or future uncertainties. When you are grounded, you understand that the present moment is all that you truly have control over, and you allow that understanding to shape your thoughts, actions, and reactions. At the core of being grounded is a deep understanding that external circumstances cannot dictate your inner peace. Life is unpredictable, and you cannot always control the events that unfold around you. However, you can always control how you respond to those events. When you are grounded, you are aware that external chaos or unexpected challenges do not need to disturb your emotional state. Instead of reacting impulsively or getting swept away by external pressure, you are able to respond thoughtfully based on your values and priorities. Grounding yourself in the present moment means that you detach from the noise and clutter of the outside world, focusing solely on what is before you and what you can control in that moment. Part of being grounded is recognizing that you don't have to be consumed by every emotion you feel. Emotions are natural and they are a part of the human experience, but when you allow them to take over, they can easily become overwhelming. Instead, when you are grounded, you experience your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. You can acknowledge feelings of frustration, sadness, or anxiety without letting them define your entire experience. This emotional awareness allows you to gain perspective and make decisions with a clear mind. It's about maintaining control over your reactions, not suppressing or ignoring your emotions. Being grounded means that you allow yourself to feel what you feel, but you don't let those feelings control your behavior. Grounding yourself is also a practice in mindfulness, where you focus your attention on what is happening around you right now. This can involve paying attention to your breath, focusing on the physical sensations of your body, or simply being aware of the sounds and sights in your environment. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to stay grounded even in the most chaotic or stressful situations. This connection in the present moment keeps your mind from spiraling into worry about the past or the future. It helps you realize that most of what causes stress or anxiety is often not an immediate threat, but rather something that exists in your mind. By being present, you disconnect from the mental distractions that often lead to emotional chaos. When you are grounded, you are also able to prioritize and make decisions with clarity. The distractions of the outside world can often pull us in different directions, making it hard to focus on what truly matters. But by staying grounded, you can filter out the noise and focus on what aligns with your goals and values. This enables you to make better choices, as you are not overwhelmed by outside influences or your own inner turmoil. Instead of feeling scattered or uncertain, you are able to move forward with intention and purpose. Grounding helps you stay true to your path, even when the world around you is full of distractions or temptations. In addition, being grounded creates a sense of calm that is infectious to those around you. When you are calm, others around you are likely to feel a sense of calm as well. This can be especially powerful in situations where tension or conflict is high. A grounded individual has the ability to influence the energy of the room without saying a word. By staying calm and composed, you set the tone for others to follow suit. Your grounded energy can serve as a stabilizing force in chaotic situations, offering others a model for how to approach challenges with composure. To be grounded also means recognizing that you are not defined by external success or failure. People often tie their sense of self-worth to achievements, status, or approval from others. However, when you are grounded, your sense of identity is not tied to these external markers. Instead, you derive your sense of self from who you are in the present moment, not from what you accomplish or what others think of you. This shift in perspective helps to reduce stress and anxiety as you stop measuring your worth against external expectations. Being grounded allows you to focus on your internal growth, progress, and peace rather than seeking validation from others or external circumstances. Lastly, staying grounded allows you to take more mindful action in every area of your life. Whether you're facing a challenging situation or simply navigating daily routines, being grounded helps you approach life with a sense of purpose and clarity. You are less likely to react impulsively or make decisions driven by emotion. Instead, you approach each moment with calm and awareness, allowing you to act with intention. This not only improves your decision-making, but also creates a greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction as you move through life with a clear focus and grounded perspective. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions while also being able to understand and influence the emotions of others. It is a crucial component of maintaining calmness, as it allows individuals to navigate both their inner emotional landscape and the external social environment with poise and grace. People with high emotional intelligence are adept at remaining composed in difficult situations because they can manage their emotional responses and stay focused on constructive outcomes. Emotional intelligence is not just about being aware of emotions, but about using that awareness to guide decisions, build relationships, and handle conflicts effectively. At the heart of emotional intelligence is self-awareness, the ability to recognize your emotions and understand their impact on your thoughts and behavior. Self-awareness allows you to assess situations without being swayed by your immediate emotional reactions. In moments of stress or challenge, those with high emotional intelligence can step back and take a moment to reflect on their feelings before reacting. Rather than being overwhelmed by their emotions, they can identify them, label them, and then decide how to respond appropriately. This self-awareness enables them to maintain a sense of calm because they are not at the mercy of impulsive feelings. They have the ability to process emotions without allowing them to dictate their actions. The next aspect of emotional intelligence is self-regulation, the ability to control or redirect disruptive emotions and impulses. In moments of stress or conflict, people with high emotional intelligence can remain level-headed and prevent their emotions from taking over. Instead of reacting out of anger, frustration, or anxiety, they can pause, take a breath, and choose a more thoughtful response. Self-regulation allows individuals to stay calm even when faced with challenging or unexpected situations. It doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather managing them in a way that prevents rash decisions or negative consequences. Those who are skilled at self-regulation know how to maintain their emotional equilibrium, which contributes greatly to their overall sense of calm. Empathy is another key component of emotional intelligence. It involves the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy helps you connect with others on a deeper level and recognize when they may be struggling with their own emotions. People who are empathetic can attune to the emotional states of those around them and respond with compassion and understanding. This emotional connection allows them to communicate effectively and handle social situations with ease, reducing the likelihood of conflict. Empathy fosters calmness in interactions because it encourages respectful communication and helps to diffuse tense situations. By understanding where others are coming from, you can navigate difficult conversations or disputes without escalating them. Another crucial aspect of emotional intelligence is social skills, which are necessary for building and maintaining healthy relationships. Individuals with strong social skills are able to communicate clearly, resolve conflicts, and work well with others in collaborative environments. They are skilled at influencing others, managing group dynamics, and negotiating without creating tension. People with high emotional intelligence understand the power of nonverbal communication and are adept at picking up on cues that indicate how others are feeling. They know when to speak, when to listen, and how to maintain a positive and cooperative atmosphere. This contributes to their ability to remain calm, as they are not easily rattled by social interactions and can manage their responses in a way that fosters cooperation and understanding. Emotional intelligence also involves the ability to maintain optimism and resilience in the face of setbacks. Instead of succumbing to negative emotions when things don't go as planned, people with high emotional intelligence are able to maintain a positive outlook and keep moving forward. They understand that failure is a part of life and that it's not the end of the road. This resilience allows them to stay calm during difficult times because they can view setbacks as temporary and manageable. Rather than being consumed by disappointment or frustration, they focus on solutions and adjust their approach. This resilience is a critical component of emotional intelligence as it enables individuals to maintain their emotional balance in the face of adversity. The power of emotional intelligence lies in its ability to influence the way individuals interact with the world around them. It enables them to remain composed under pressure, communicate effectively with others, and make thoughtful decisions that align with their values and goals. Those who possess high emotional intelligence can build strong relationships, manage stress effectively, and navigate complex social situations with ease. This ability to remain calm in the midst of emotional turbulence is a key aspect of emotional intelligence, as it allows individuals to stay grounded and focus on the bigger picture. People with high emotional intelligence do not allow their emotions to control them, but instead use their emotional awareness and regulation skills to maintain a sense of peace and clarity. This ability to stay emotionally balanced is one of the reasons they can remain calm when others around them may be losing their composure. Leadership through silence is a powerful form of influence that is often underestimated. While many associate leadership with speaking out, making decisions, or being at the forefront of a situation, true leadership can also be exercised through the quiet strength of silence. Silence in leadership doesn't mean the absence of action, but rather a deliberate and powerful restraint that speaks volumes. When a leader chooses silence, they create space for others to think, reflect, and act on their own, fostering independence and clarity among their followers. This type of leadership is not about dominating a conversation or taking charge in the traditional sense. Instead, it's about creating an environment where your presence alone is enough to inspire, respect, and focus. A leader who leads through silence doesn't necessarily need to fill every moment with words. Instead, their silence becomes a tool for observation, reflection, and guiding others without forcing their opinions. This quiet form of leadership is often more powerful than speaking, as it allows others to fill the space with their thoughts, ideas, and contributions. By not always offering a solution or a quick answer, the leader allows the team to engage in problem solving and critical thinking on their own. It's a form of leadership that trusts the abilities of those around them, empowering others to take ownership of the task at hand. When a leader speaks less, their words carry more weight as they are used sparingly and with purpose, making them more impactful when they do choose to speak. Silence in leadership also provides clarity. When a leader is quiet, they give others the opportunity to reflect and think deeply. In fast-paced environments, people often feel pressured to act quickly without considering all angles of a situation. A leader who uses silence intentionally allows for moments of pause, Giving everyone the space to process, strategize, and approach the situation with a calm and clear mind, this approach helps prevent knee-jerk reactions and impulsive decisions that can be damaging in the long run. The ability to stay silent when necessary is a reflection of confidence in the team's abilities and a recognition that not every decision requires immediate action or input from the leader. Silence allows time for thoughtful decision-making, both individually and collectively. Furthermore, silence creates a sense of authority and presence. When a leader maintains composure and refrains from speaking unnecessarily, they convey a sense of strength and self-assurance. Their silence commands attention and respect because it suggests that they do not feel the need to assert themselves constantly. People are naturally drawn to calmness and composure, and a leader who embodies this calm energy without the need to dominate the conversation becomes a beacon of stability for their team. This type of leader doesn't rely on constant verbal reassurances or expressions of control, but instead lets their silence communicate a message of confidence, patience, and trust in the process. Leading through silence also allows for emotional regulation in situations of high tension or conflict. Leaders who can remain silent instead of reacting impulsively are able to model emotional self-control for their team. By not allowing their emotions to dictate their responses, they create an environment of stability. This helps to diffuse escalating situations and ensures that decisions are made with a level head rather than the heat of the moment. Silence in these situations is not a withdrawal or avoidance. It is a strategic pause that gives the leader the time to gather their thoughts, assess the situation, and respond in a way that is measured and constructive. It demonstrates emotional maturity and the ability to prioritize rational thinking over emotional reactions. Silence also enhances listening, a key aspect of effective leadership. When a leader speaks less, they open the door for others to express their thoughts, opinions, and concerns. This active listening fosters a culture of trust and collaboration. Team members feel valued and understood when they are given the opportunity to speak freely without interruption. The leader's silence becomes a space where others can share ideas, give feedback, and contribute to the decision-making process. By listening more and talking less, the leader is able to gain insights that they might otherwise miss. This deep listening builds rapport with the team and helps the leader make more informed and thoughtful decisions. Lastly, leadership through silence can be a form of non-verbal communication that reinforces the leader's message. Often actions speak louder than words, and a leader who demonstrates calmness, patience, and restraint can inspire those around them without uttering a single word. Their actions and presence alone communicate strength, understanding, and purpose. A leader who leads through silence understands the power of non-verbal cues and uses their body language, posture, and demeanor influence the environment in a way that words cannot. This form of leadership is subtle but profoundly effective, creating an atmosphere where others feel empowered and inspired to follow the leader's example. In conclusion, leadership through silence is a potent tool that conveys strength, wisdom, and confidence. By choosing silence at the right moments, a leader can guide their team without dominating or controlling, allowing space for reflection, collaboration, and thoughtful decision-making. Silence can be a powerful way to model emotional regulation, foster trust, and maintain composure in times of stress or conflict. In a world where words are often overused and diluted, the leader who masters silence can inspire a deeper level of respect and influence, making their presence felt even in moments of stillness. The impact of composure on others is profound, as the energy you bring into a situation can either calm or escalate the mood of the people around you. When you maintain a sense of calm, especially in challenging or high-pressure situations, your composure acts as a stabilizing force that can influence the behavior and emotions of those nearby. People naturally pick up on the energy of others, and a calm presence can provide a sense of security and reassurance. This is because humans tend to mirror the emotional states of those they interact with, so when one person remains composed, often encourages others to follow suit, reducing anxiety or stress within the group. A person's composure is also contagious. When someone is able to maintain their calm despite external turmoil, it has a soothing effect on others. It creates an environment where tension can dissipate, and people feel more able to think clearly and make decisions without being clouded by panic or emotional upheaval. This kind of composure allows the group to focus on solutions, rather than getting caught up in the problem or letting emotions drive their responses. Whether it's in a business meeting, a social setting, or a family dispute, the individual who remains steady in the face of adversity becomes a role model for others, showing them how to act with poise under pressure. In social dynamics, people who are calm often draw others toward them because they create a sense of safety. In environments where uncertainty or conflict exists, people instinctively seek out those who can provide stability. This ability to influence others with composure is an integral part of leadership, as it allows the leader to maintain control of the situation without the need for loud or forceful intervention. By remaining composed, they help others regain their own balance, making it easier for everyone to navigate the challenges they face. This sense of safety can also foster a greater sense of trust, as people are more likely to trust someone who demonstrates emotional control and reliability, especially in stressful situations. Additionally, composure encourages rational thinking. When people are emotionally charged, their ability to think logically often becomes impaired, leading to impulsive decisions or reactions that they may later regret. A calm person, on the other hand, can process the situation more effectively, think through the options, and make decisions based on reason rather than emotions. This is important not only for personal decision making, but also for group dynamics. When a leader or key decision maker stays composed, they set the tone for others to follow suit and take a step back before reacting. This helps to prevent hasty decisions, enabling the group to consider all factors and choose the best course of action. In addition to influencing decision-making, composure can improve communication within a group. When someone is calm, they are more likely to communicate clearly and effectively. They are less likely to be interrupted or misunderstood because their words are measured and thoughtful. In contrast, when people react impulsively or are emotionally charged, their communication can be clouded by frustration, defensiveness, or anger, making it more difficult for others to understand their point of view. By maintaining composure, individuals ensure that their messages are conveyed in a way that fosters collaboration and mutual respect, creating an environment where everyone feels heard and understood. Composure also helps to maintain a sense of order in chaotic situations. Whether it's a workplace crisis, a personal conflict, or an emergency, when one person keeps their calm, they create a sense of structure and focus that can help the group move through the situation more effectively. It allows others to gather their thoughts, organize their actions, and contribute meaningfully without the pressure of emotional overwhelm. This sense of order allows the group to work together more efficiently and prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. Furthermore, composure is key in diffusing potential conflict. In any situation where emotions are high, there is a risk of conflict escalating. However, when someone stays calm, they can de-escalate tense moments and guide the conversation toward resolution. Calmness acts as a barrier to aggression, preventing the situation from becoming more heated. It also signals to others that the situation does not need to escalate, and it is possible to address disagreements in a constructive and respectful manner. This is particularly important in leadership, where one's ability to manage conflict can significantly impact the overall dynamic of the team or organization. Finally, composure can lead to respect. People respect those who can remain calm in difficult circumstances, as it demonstrates emotional strength, self-control, and maturity. When you exhibit composure, others are more likely to view you as reliable, stable, and capable, making them more willing to listen to your ideas, follow your guidance, and trust your decisions. This respect can foster better relationships and increase your influence within the group, whether it's a family, a team, or a community. The ability to maintain calmness becomes a quiet form of leadership, one that inspires others to act with similar self-assurance and poise. In sum, the impact of composure on others is significant and far-reaching. It affects how people respond to challenges, how they communicate, and how they approach decision-making. By remaining composed, you can calm the emotional climate of a situation, encourage rational thinking, improve communication, and diffuse conflict. People naturally gravitate toward those who bring stability and assurance, and this influence can extend to all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional environments. Composure doesn't just benefit the individual who practices it, it also has a lasting effect on the people around them, fostering a sense of peace, trust, and cooperation. In conclusion, the power of calmness, unshakable confidence, emotional intelligence, leadership through silence, and composure are essential elements that shape not only how we navigate challenges, but also how we influence those around us. Each of these qualities plays a significant role in maintaining control, fostering trust, and creating environments where clarity, rationality, and respect can thrive. Whether through self-awareness, empathy, or the ability to remain steady in times of stress, these traits allow us to approach life's obstacles with a sense of purpose and composure, inspiring others to do the same. The true strength of a person lies in their ability to stay grounded and calm, especially when faced with adversity, and in turn, this calmness often influences and empowers those around them. As we move forward, may we all embrace the power of remaining calm, trusting in our own abilities, and leading through presence rather than words. The impact of our actions, especially when tempered with composure and emotional intelligence, has the potential to transform situations and those we interact with. Good luck to each of you on your journey of cultivating inner peace, confidence, and leadership. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on these principles, and may you continue to lead with calm, inspire through action, and create a positive ripple effect wherever you go.